Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Braylonly Dumb Show. Where would you rather be? Where would I rather be? Not a whole lot of places, to be honest. We're here, live, rocking and rolling. Mikey V has entered the chat, and of course, Joey D has entered the chat. Fellas, let me pan it on over to you. How are we today?
He can't hear anything. Joe can't hear anything.
Joseph cannot hear anything, so we are off to a very.
Why do we have to? Every fucking podcast has a fucking problem when we start.
Every time. Here we go.
Why is that?
No, get it out. You're not wrong, Mikey B. Get it out.
Every time we start, am I the only person that knows how to set up a fucking computer with headphones? Am I the only one? Is it rocket fucking science?
I'm in, boys. I'm in.
I mean, it is really.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Joe.
It is,
good to see you.
You know, just this week to week, what goes on around here, and I'm one of the main people
you're a guilty
in the
part.
circus. I know.
You're guilty.
It really is a circus.
Okay.
It really is. Just the shit that goes on week to week. And Joe, what are you eating?
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
They're good for the brain.
Is that
They
so?
are.
Yeah, allegedly.
Mikey, I want to first off, Joey D, how are you today, sir?
I've been running like a freaking madman. I just got home from LAX, which you know is never fun, Bob.
No.
So,
Worst
I'm just a little.
Gonna need you to pick that mood up, though. Gonna need you to pick the mood up a little bit, Joe.
Crank it up. Look,
I don't want to hear about how you're fucking tired. I don't want to hear it. Pick the fucking mood up. Let's go. Let's go, Joseph. We have a podcast. We need some energy from you.
We just started. You just asked me how I'm doing. What do you want me to come out of the gate? All right, folks, we're here now. We're running out. We're not doing an auction.
I'm ready for that.
Good
we'll just
going once, going twice.
Do you want to say about LAX, worst part of LAX of all time? You get in and you think that it's done, and then you go get your bags. To get to the Uber lot, you got to take a shuttle to the Uber lot.
No, I don't do that anymore. I take the big one.
What do you mean take the big one?
I take the big SUV. It picks you up right where you're standing. You don't have to shuttle over.
See, he's gotten away from us, Mikey V. He's gotten away from us, Mikey V. Do you
I
know?
had a dog with me. I had 4 suitcases. I had a suit bag. I had a lap. What do you want me to do? Shuttle with the dog?
I took a lot of shit for the Golden Tee. That's about 1/3 of the price of a Golden Tee arcade game right there. Joey D splurging on that Uber right up.
Hey, Mikey, you know who taught me how to do that?
What?
You know who taught me how you could get the pickup from the right there with the big shuttle? You're looking at them top left in your screen.
Well, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all.
It's great guy,
the kettle calling the pot black. Unbelievable.
Isn't it the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah, well, that's just semantics. That's semantics at this point, Bob.
It's just unbelievable.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. No, okay, you did. You did. Real tough day for Mikey V. And I can only imagine how much this hurts, Mikey. And Mikey texted me about it, and does, man. I mean, I feel for you when you have a certain lunch spot that you go to every day. And Mikey, we have that thing where we send each other every time we have a meal. We send each other just a picture. We don't say anything. We just send the picture. Mikey V lost his lunch spot today, and
what happened?
Mikey, I'll give you the floor.
It's this mom and pop Italian place in Newark, New Jersey.
This is where you get the cutlets?
Yeah, I get the cutlet platter there. They have lunch specials every day, but it's the same specials. So Monday is like the same specials. Tuesday, the same specials every day. Nothing changes, right? Which is part of why the place is so great. Cash only. I mean, the platter you could get there for $8 compared to like what it would cost somewhere else would probably be like a $20 platter easily. And I walked in today, and like this place is an open kitchen with like 3 stoves from like the World War II era. An old Italian mom named Maria, who's probably in her 60s. She cooked every day. It was in business. Same family owned it for 37 years. You walk in. The guy, Pat, who's her son, so it's family operated and owned. He was miserable every single day, never had a smile on, but I love the guy. We talked all the time. Great guy.
I'm sorry.
Joe's just going to sit there and eat his fucking munchkins.
That's fine. I can't. Like,
just let them go.
There's no way I could.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sitting here with the 12 pack of munchkins, and it's like there's nothing that I have to address that.
What's a munchkin?
Munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts. And Mikey V, I do want you to get bigger, but I just
Timbits.
couldn't
These are
ignore the fact.
Timbits.
What's a munchkin, Joe? You never
These are-
heard of a munchkin?
Joe,
I've
you
never,
never-
these are Timbits.
You've never
These are-
heard of a munchkin, Joe?
No, I swear on my life I never have.
Okay.
Have you heard of a Timbit?
No.
These Timbits are the real deal.
It pretty much, it looks like the same thing as a Munchkin.
Well, they're from Tim Hortons. They're Canadian.
Oh, the Tim
Canadian
Hortons.
munchkin.
Yeah, I got to give that a play. Joe, is it
Come
one
on,
of
you
those-
interrupted Mikey V. He was telling a story.
Well, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't just sit there and just watch you do that and not address what was taking place there.
Well, anyway,
For
long
the audio
story
callers,
short,
back to you, Mikey. I
this
apologize.
is a place I usually visit once a week for lunch. Again, cash only, cheapest prices around, but it's been in business for 37 years. I've been going there. It's been open as long as I've been alive on this earth. I walk in today. This place, like I said, the charm is really more in the food than anything else. It's not in the decor, that's for certain. I walk in today and it looked like a laboratory. Like there's LED lighting. I walked in and I was like, what is going on? I go, this is not normal. I go, are they remodeling this whole place? Didn't see my Maria there. Didn't see the guy, her son there, Pat. I immediately texted him and I said, what's going on here? And I was like, did you sell? I flat out asked him and he said, yeah, they sold. And had my regular Monday lunch that I would have typically. It was good, but there was a difference. It was not the same. They're still calling it the same place name. They still had the same menu items, but this is just the end of an era. And,
So they banged you.
This is what happens. No. Same prices, same prices.
You know what he did too, which is pretty sick move. The owner that he was texting with, that they were saying, so sorry that you're going to be leaving and stuff like that. The guy still asked, how was your meal today? Mikey V texts back, it was fine.
I'm not going to sit there and lie to the guy. I've been seeing him I've been going there for over 15 years. I'm not going to lie to him and be just because
Mikey,
he said, no, I know it's not the same. I know.
Well, they did. They pulled the wool over his eyes. You have to have the courtesy. If you have a regular customer, you have got to say something.
Here's the
They could have given you. You know what? He's
Joe.
not wrong, Mike.
You know why he is.
You have given them your business.
You know why he is wrong. You know why he is wrong, because this is the type of place that only regulars went to. If they were to do that, they would have to text every single customer, call out everyone in there.
They could put a sign up on the door saying,
"What, we're going to sell?
You know what?
We're going to be under new ownership."
I had heard rumblings that they were going to sell, but I was very surprised that
I'll tell you what they're
trying to do.
They're trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, and most people wouldn't have the acute sense of, like noticing the small details like you would, and they'd walk in regularly.
I knew right away something was off. As soon as I walked in, I looked at the guy I work with. I said, "What the fuck is courtesy?"
You know what's interesting to me though, Joey D, is he would send me these plates, and the plates that he would send, I mean, he would get a portion that could feed 3-4 people, and he's getting it for like $8.99.
Wow. There's no reason they're selling.
Yeah,
he used to do so. This was the secret hack of this place. Like people go there and order sandwiches. I used to order a chicken cutlet platter, but she used to do it. 2 pieces of chicken cutlet, fresh cut mozzarella, roasted peppers, long hot peppers, prosciutto sliced off the meat slicer, and a piece of bread. So I had a sandwich. I would make a sandwich, and then I would have half a platter left, and this was for $8. I mean, you can't get that. If that meal was sold
ran him out of business,
you might have.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you this: raising the prices probably would have helped, but I think the mother's been standing on her feet for 12 hours a day as the only cook in there for probably 30 plus years. Like I said, 37 years.
That's what these nonas do.
I know, bro, but eventually, like, enough is enough. Like, I could tell she was at her wit's end with this place. Like, she had no help. And it was
Mikey V coming in 3 times a week, just body bagging her.
God forbid.
I had to keep the place afloat.
You would think too, if you go up a couple dollars, you couldn't imagine that people are going to bitch about that.
And that's the funny thing. You see, they body bag people like Cut says they did. When they raised the price of a roll and coffee in this place by $1 after COVID, they had signs up apologizing that, we're sorry that we had to do this. Like, this is the type of place this was. It's over now. Rest in peace, Cafe Espresso Italia, a staple of the East Ward of Newark. And it's gone. And it's not gone. It's still there, but I won't be returning. Out of loyalty, I won't be returning.
Joey D's got his hand up. Joey
D. Is there any possibility they're opening a different shop somewhere else that you're not aware of?
0% chance. I spoke to him today. 0% chance.
I got news.
That sucks.
And I got news that Rayos might be calling it quits in Hollywood. Originally, they were going to look for a different location. Now there's rumblings. Yeah, so
Bob might have to get in financially and help support the system.
If there was anything that would make Bob move to the New York area, it would be Rayos of Hollywood closing, so he could be closer to the one.
Imagine Bob.
He's got to have Rayos somehow.
Imagine Bob becoming part owner of Rayos.
Are you going to be the one to throw Rayos the life preserver, Bob?
I'll tell you what, man. That would really.
That's a lot of cameos.
You ain't lying, man. Let me tell you.
You're going to go in there and order a meatballs is going to be $55 for an order of meatballs.
You know, let me tell you what.
And a cashier's check.
I love when Joe does it.
I love when Joe cracks himself up. You know what I mean?
It's so great. It makes it that much more funny.
He really does. He just cracks himself up. Joey D, good. By the way, and I'm seeing it now, and man, it's really, really gonna look good. Joey D's got that salt and pepper coming in now, which might get him above an 8.5. I mean, I'm starting to see that coming in real nice.
I got a 7.2 from Mikey V.
That's
7.2, and I gotta say,
we're climbing.
I thought I was looking pretty fresh at that wedding, Bob. No, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but
that's exactly what you just did. But yes, that's exactly what you just did.
It's above a 7.2 pat on the back. I'll say that much.
I think I
gave Mikey an 8.5.
Somebody commented,
8.5 might have been too high though.
Maybe it was
so much if it was going off of physique. I think 8.5 is too high.
Yeah, I would reassess the value now if I had to give.
By the way, Mikey's really good looking guy, but 8.5 is fucking high.
Yeah,
Mikey. I don't think you.
I think 8.5 is fair.
You don't think? You think you're an 8.5?
I think
you're like an 8.1.
That's more like it
in the 8s, regardless.
Yeah.
And Bob, I'm sorry, I don't think you're an 8.5 either.
Well, Joe, I didn't ask, but that's okay. I mean,
Joe, on the latest post that you had from the wedding, somebody who used to play for the Red Bulls is very loyal listener to the show, Murphy, his last name. He commented and said that this young man was on his way to the 8s, well into the 8s. So that shows you that he knows that he listens, pays attention. And I said this man is on the precipice of greatness, referring to you. I don't know if I'm in the 8s. I'd say I'm probably like a 7.7, or I'm a 7.8. I think that's fair. Okay.
But yeah, I think I gave you guys maybe a little bit too. I was feeling good that day. I thought, I gave you guys an 8.5. I thought I might get a reciprocal 8.1 or something, but lo and behold, I got a 7.2, Bob.
I think maybe it had to do with but maybe there was something off with you that day, though, Joe. Could have been something else that I was looking at that day. Maybe I wasn't seeing the field well that day. It's possible.
Bob, you know what I just got? Sorry to change the subject, but I'm pretty excited about it. I got the new American Express business card just came. You should see how they wrap this sucker.
No, Joe, you can't do another credit card, man. With the amount.
No, but this for the LLC. This for the LLC.
Oh, Jesus,
they wrap this sucker in a beautiful case, like an opening case with the cards just shimmering. It looks spectacular. You should look into getting it. You get American Centurion Lounge, Bob. You get to stay in any American Centurion Lounge for free.
You know what, Joe? I got enough credit. I get enough credit. I mean, what am
you sound like, and God rest his soul, my deceased 93-year-old grandfather. All he cared about was the fact he had an American Express Platinum card because he could go to the American Express Lounge.
That is a nice lounge.
That's the only thing he cared about.
It's
going to be unreal, and I get global entry now.
That's the only thing he cared about.
All of that, it's going to be great.
He would want to go to the airport 4 hours early just to take full advantage, as much advantage of that Amex club as he possibly could.
You know what the buffet's like in there?
Yeah, no, look, I'll be honest with you. That is a nice perk.
I might have to sneak Bob into the American Centurion Lounge next time I go to the airport.
That is a nice perk. But, Joe, you got I just think you might have way too many credit cards to where I think
I do.
sometimes you do. How many I'm not going to have you bust them all out. How many credit cards would you say that you have?
My accountant said I have to stop using all these cards.
Is that what he said?
I'm not.
Is that the Instagram account?
Yeah. By the way, his
guy
accountant
did a great job. He's unreal.
His accountant.
Yeah, at John Smith CPA.
Yeah. His accountant that he met through his DMs. Who's a friend.
The guy's dad owns a fucking major accounting firm in New York.
All right. We're just having fun.
No, we're just teasing.
I would love to know.
I'm getting him at a premium, Bob.
But
what's his Instagram? What's his Instagram handle?
I will not.
Oh, come on! We got a few questions.
It would be so great if it was something so outrageously like random, and he trusted this guy to do his taxes. It would just make it so much funnier. That big surfer guy, 92.
How did he have that dialogue with you? Was it a separate phone call where he said that you had too many credit cards, or was it something that just came up in passing?
No, he just said that I should be, for the LLC, I should be using one card only.
One, yeah.
And then for everything,
you don't want to have to track shit on multiple cards.
And then for the other one, and for anything else, I should be using just my regular American Express, or maybe a Visa. A place doesn't take American Express. But I got 2 Visas. I got American Express. I got a Capital One card. I got
what do you want?
He's not joking either, by the way.
Discover.
I've seen.
Well, you know why I do it. It helps boost your credit rating. My credit rating's through the roof right now.
Well, let me ask you, are you one of those people who, like, you go to the store and there's the table with the little, guy over there, and he's like, listen, sign up for this store credit card right now. You're going to get 20%.
No, I learned that the hard way. I did that once in like a JC Penney or something. And then it was a disaster. This was years ago.
Credit cards are no good.
Maybe it was like Nordstrom's or something. They have like their own credit card or something. That was a disaster. I canceled that right away. But what I like to do is certain things, like, so American Express, you get like 3 times the points whenever you dine for food. So I'll use that. For like groceries, I use the Capital One card. For gas, I use the Visa.
I have a good work that he took out his wallet the other day, and he takes his credit card out to split a bill at lunch. And his credit cards, because he handles none of the finances in his home, none. His wife handles them. He doesn't even know his interest rate on his house, on his mortgage. Doesn't even know what it is.
God.
Okay. Pulls out a credit card, and it has like a shitty label maker sticker over it that says food/groceries. And then he takes another one out, and it says travel/ goods, whatever. Like, he has his wife labeled his credit card.
That's smart.
His balls, yeah, but it looks insane.
Oh, it's got to look ridiculous.
It looks fucking insane.
If you know which one's good, then that's great. But he obviously is out to lunch. It's not his fault.
I will say, by the way, the people that don't use a credit card, like, not to call them out, but Showtime just recently got into a credit. Why would you not? It's like you're leaving money on the table by not having a credit card. And then some people count on
some people can't fiscally, they become very irresponsible and irrational with the spending on the credit cards, though, Bob.
I can't wrap my head
around. What do you mean you don't get it? You go out, somebody, they think that they can just keep buying shit. Say what, Joe?
I said, if Showtime got like a high credit card with, like, regardless what the interest is, with like a higher limit, this guy'd be out golfing in freaking Augusta.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful.
Spending like a rogue. Like, it's not his fault. I mean, that's just who he is. But
it is his fault. Of course, it's his fault. Absolutely, it's his fault.
Well, we love him for that. We love him.
We do. We do. That's what makes him. But I don't get it though, Mikey. It's like you don't. And not that I'm some financial guru.
But maybe you have a lot more fiscal responsibility, and perhaps you're a lot more fiscally disciplined than most. Some people that get a credit card, I know people that if I told you what kind of credit card debt some of these people are in, I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't know how they could. For me, nothing gives me more anxiety if, like, I know for a fact I have like 5,000 or 6,000 floating on a credit card. I know people with 20, 30, 40,000 in credit card debt, and they just walk around like lottie fucking doll, like nothing's. To me, that's like,
they're getting banged on interest.
Oh, they're getting crushed. 16%, 17%.
But
God.
Don't you know how much, like, don't you know how much money that you have, or you
But
know how
you
much
know
money
how
that's
many
going to be.
people
I just
live
can't.
off fucking credit, though. People live
Yeah,
off
some people
credit.
the money doesn't come in, they got to pay their rent. They put on the credit card.
Yeah.
If
Well,
if
I mean, I don't know.
if you're lucky enough where a landlord will even take a fucking credit card, I don't know any landlord that's taken anything but a check or a personal check or a bank check. They got to be fucking crazy. You're never gonna get paid.
yeah. Okay.
Well, my system, it's online, so you could just pay with the card.
Oh
whatever
yeah,
card.
yeah. Well, that's directly through a third party
The
bank
database, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking
All right,
of which,
boys.
I got to get out of this place. This place stinks, Bob.
I thought we went over this last year.
We sure did.
Get out of there.
I'm telling
and
you,
you don't want to get out.
It's been years, Mikey V. It's been years.
I'm
Joe,
gonna tell you something.
Go ahead.
I have a bone to pick with Bob.
Fucking A.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, where did that come
All right,
from?
let's hear it.
Because I just remembered it. I was gonna forget it. Joe, do you want to know what this guy did to me last night? This fucking guy.
Okay.
All right, listen to this, Joe.
Bob's waving the white flag.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on my couch last night. It's about 9. Now, I'm up very early Monday morning to go into the office, right? Now, weekends for me, they fly by because Saturday now, Dom started soccer again. So Saturday's fucking, as soon as I wake up in the morning, Saturday's basically shot out of a cannon. Soccer, we come home. By the time we come home, the weekends just fly by. And now with Mother's Day this past weekend, it was like the weekend wasn't even there. Like I had so much running around to do, the weekend wasn't even there. This guy at about 9 o'clock last night texted me and he goes, Mikey, let me ask you a question. He goes, you ever get the Sunday scaries where you're disgusted that you have to go into work the next day? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know Bob asks very random questions all the time. Like Bob's a very inquisitive guy. Like he always asks like questions, which is fine. So I answered him. I said, Bob, absolutely. I said, I have all the anxiety in the world right now about going to work tomorrow. Like I'm dreading, or he said, are you dreading it? I said, yes, I'm dreading it. Absolutely. So I was expecting like a follow-up. Do you know that this fucking guy he fell asleep and did not text me back for the rest of the night. So not only did I have the Sunday scaries, not only was I dreading it before the text message, but then it was exacerbated to the 10th power when he decides to randomly text me, are you dreading going to work tomorrow? Yeah, fucko. I'm dreading going to work tomorrow. I am. And he texts me this morning. He goes, yeah, that's on me. I fell asleep. That's bad. That's bad. I give you that one. That was bad.
I will say this. I used to bust Bob's balls all the time because the guy is, no offense, Bob, he's in his own world because he doesn't have a schedule. And now, Bob, I'm going to back you up in a second.
Back to the assistant, Joe. Back to the assistant.
So I was working my balls off. This guy didn't know what day of the week it was and didn't know what he was going to do. I will say this. In the last couple months, I've become more like Bob to the point where like, I didn't know what day of the week it was the other day. I thought it was a Tuesday. It was a Thursday.
I have to know because I got to get the fuck to Friday.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is that you become kind of like, it's just like this long stretch of a week and you don't go to work every day. And it's just like the days just kind of roll into another. And I've actually, Bob, I've become a lot more like you in that sense, which is kind of scary, but it is what it's backing Bob up to his point. Well, Mikey,
I have no problem with the comment whatsoever. I have no problem with the question. It was the fact that he sent it at 9 p.m. on Sunday night when Sunday Scaries would be at its absolute peak. Had he asked me that question on like a Wednesday, there'd be no problem whatsoever.
Mikey V, the thing is, I will say, with the Brilliantly Dumb show getting bigger, soon enough, the Sunday Scaries will be gone when it goes.
Well, but by the way, I wasn't
even to God's ears, Joe.
You know,
from your lips to God's ears, pal.
I'm saying we're starting a movement here, Mike.
My thing that I do a lot, Joe, now is I've noticed Mikey V. It's very fun to pick his brain, and he's just seen a lot more shit than I have, and he's a very intelligent.
I'm like fascinated.
Yeah, I really am. He's even just like life. Like I'll ask him like family questions and stuff like that, and like what's.
He's not an alien.
No, it's just it's nice to pick his brain about stuff. So sometimes at night I just think of a lot of questions, and I'll ask Mikey V. I like asking him those questions, especially if I ever smoke a joint at night. I'm telling you, 2 pulls in.
I know instantly as soon as he texts me, I'm like, okay, you're in the clouds right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I like picking his brain, maybe more than anybody. Just with like life shit, like all that types of shit. I love it. So in reality, Mikey V, it's a compliment to you.
No, I understood the compliment. It was unfortunate what happened after
but me
question.
falling asleep. But totally agree with that, by the way. And
that
I wake up.
That was a real cliffhanger. Real cliffhanger.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, where's he going with this?
He's got.
I have a real sincere question, Mikey V.
Sure.
How? Well, I don't know how I should phrase this. How much would it take you, like money wise? Listen to what I have to say.
There's only one way this question could go, Joe.
Joe, where can you go?
How much money would it take in American dollars for you to leave your existing profession?
No. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
How much money would it take you in American dollars to allow you, Bob, to be responsible for your children for 1 week?
A week?
Wow. One whole week.
No. Come on, Mikey.
And that's, no.
Come on here,
Bob,
no
Bob,
amount.
you're gonna time out.
Wait, there's no amount?
No.
Doesn't
if I offered you $100,000
there is
for Bob to take,
I wouldn't. My wife or I could not handle these two one on two for an entire week with no tag team partner, with no help. Just
if you're
gonna watch two toddlers by yourself for 1 week, one of which doesn't shit on the potty, still goes in diapers. Gabriella still goes in diapers, right?
That's a problem.
Dominic will take a leak. Dominic will take a leak for you. He'll go sit on the shitter. By the way, he was saying crap tonight for the first time. He said, "I took a big crap, Daddy." I said, "We don't say crap. We say poopy. We say poopy." But anyway, one of whom doesn't shit in a toilet. You're gonna watch both, and you got to
1 week.
Well, it'd be an exhausting week for sure.
There'd be very little time for cameos, Bob. Very little.
Well,
that could be financially impactful.
No worries about cameos. Just it's like a reality show.
I'm
1
getting
week,
paid.
Cameras on Bob. He's with the kids. You get paid, and you cannot come in to interfere. So, like, you're watching Bob via camera try to handle the day-to-day.
I would let him do it for free because I would laugh my fucking ass off. He would tap out. I'm going to say this.
How long would he last?
Let's rephrase it. Let's reshape this.
How long would he last?
He would tap out in 2 days max. 2 days max. Bob is tapping. But he's tapping like Jake Paul if he got put in a reverse fucking cross-neck crippler.
The only thing I'm concerned about is but you would trust their safety though, no?
150%, but I also know that you'd be tapping, Bob.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I think I'd last 4 to 5 days.
As long as I'd last 2 and Joe, you'd last 4 to 5. That's what you're saying here? Is that
I think I'm pretty good with kids.
If you don't say so yourself, Joey D.
I didn't say a week. I said 4 to 5 days.
Joe does have the dog. He's been very attentive to the dog, Bob.
Well, for instance, let's say the last time that he was
But Bob does have some experience with the niece. He's got some uncle experience.
He goes over there and he does a couple knee slap jokes and does his thing and leaves.
I mean, he's right. He's not wrong. He's not.
That's good.
He's not wrong. But let's keep in mind, by the way,
gifts, I'm sure.
Last time, Mikey V, that Joey was with your kids, he was holding up Dominic and G Baby high as a kite in a picture, which we can go ahead.
It was only G Baby, and she loved me.
That picture's one of the classic pictures of all time.
It's an unbelievable photo.
He's as far up in the cumulus as you could possibly imagine in that picture, man. Where the fuck is that picture? I gotta find it. Go ahead, guys.
I'm gonna have to take it from up. It's an unbelievable picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the Brilliantly Dumb Show to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by our good friends over at BetterHelp.com. Life doesn't always go the way you want to, and it doesn't come with a user manual. So when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. That's why BetterHelp.com is here. BetterHelp.com matches you with a licensed therapist. They have matched over 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online Plus, it's affordable, and you don't have to go to a doctor's office or go to some type of building. You could do it all from the comfort of your new home, of your home. You can't go wrong when you go with BetterHelp.com. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/BDS. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BDS. BetterHelp.com. Change your life today for the better.
Good banter here, but let's go on into our buy and sell of the week. What did Joey D see that he liked? What did Joey D see that he didn't like? This is the buy or sell segment. Cutsy, take it away.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have to take.
Wait, can I show the picture real first?
You sure can.
Gabriella looking at him may be the best part of the picture.
That's
Uncle Cutsy and his
It's unreal. It's
Yeah,
unreal.
It is
Joey D, buy or sell?
All right, I'm selling this week. I don't know. This is something that really just, and I'm sure that you're both going to agree with me. I don't know how these things passed like a consensus. I'll say that much. The paper straw has got to be one of the worst inventions in the fucking world. I'm sorry. I have never met anybody in my entire life who says that the paper straw is worth the 2 sucks that it lasts before it disintegrates, because that's all it's good for. And you know what? I'm sorry. I like turtles, save the environment. I went to CVS the other day, Bob. I bought 1 thing of gel and a thing of Haribo gummy bears, and I got a scroll of paper from the CVS that looks like I just bought the store. So I'm sorry, we're saving on one end with the paper straw, but then we're wasting paper and trees by the bushel. It just doesn't make
Drinking out of a paper straw after like 2 minutes is like drinking out of a cooked piece of bucatini. That's what it's like.
I will make an analogy. Trying to use a paper straw is like making a napkin out of razor blades. It's just absolutely ridiculous. There's no, it's stupid. It doesn't work. It's worthless. And I don't know. You know what I saw the other day now too? It wouldn't.
Let him go.
I went to where was it? I was Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. I went to Tim Hortons. They gave me a fork and a knife.
Home of the Canadian munchkin, by the way.
That was good.
Go, Joe.
That's not a
I
shot,
went
by
there.
the way.
I took a takeout, and they gave me, the utensils like the fork and knife. It's normally plastic. Wooden forks and spoons. What are we doing here?
Wooden,
made of wood. It was like cardboard. I don't know what we're doing.
Wait. Cardboard, like heavy stock cardboard, or
I
wood?
don't know how, yes, it was wood, but it felt
wood. This is wood.
It was wood. It said wooden spoon. It looked like a piece of cardboard shaved into a spoon.
Okay.
I don't know, and it's driving me nuts. I feel like this is a new wave now, and it's like, what are we doing here? Give me a plastic straw instead of worrying about the turtles. Get some fucking cleanup crews on the beaches, and we'll be fine. It's I'm sorry, I'm passionate.
The paper straws are terrible.
It ruins the cups.
So are the new non-styrofoam coffee cups.
Oh, it ruins the beverage.
They're bad. They're dangerous. It's
not good. And everybody ends up just taking them and tossing them anyways. So they're spending money on shit that's not being used. It's counterproductive. Selling the paper straw. I'm sorry, it's been on my chest for a while.
You know what, Joe? That would give me the willies. Like even watching Mikey V with holding that wooden pencil, that would give me the willies, and especially with eating it. The willies. What? It's like the you don't know what the willies are?
Like the chills, like
like nails,
nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah,
yes,
like that.
Yeah. Is that called willies?
The willies.
like napkins out of razor blades, basically.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
Yes.
Yeah. That's that. I don't like that one bit. So again, I don't mind the sell. I know Mikey V won't mind the sell.
No, it's a good sell.
I'll go ahead, and this is a buy, and it's a very obvious buy. I don't think there's anybody there that's going to be like, oh no, you're wrong. It's a very, very obvious buy, but it just needs to be stated because I told you last week how much I've been loving the NBA playoffs. Is just I really don't watch the regular season. Didn't watch it all this year. The NBA playoffs has been awesome. It's been so much fun. Yeah, it really has. You will never find a show again where a halftime show where people almost look forward, where the main show starts at halftime. The TNT crew, Chuck, Kenny the Jet, these guys
They're
are
great.
the best that have ever done it. And it's not even close, man. I get so excited looking for the halftime report, the post-game report. It's just unbelievable. There's no agenda whatsoever. I mean, they'll talk about the game, but they're not afraid to go off. Like, these guys are so good. They're so raw. They're so funny. And in a world where you got to watch just about everything that you say now, they're like the unicorns where
Chuck and Shaq don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Did you see the guy they brought on the other day? He was like the impressionist who talks like them.
No.
That was really, really funny. They brought a guy who talks exactly like Chuck and Shaquille O'Neal. It was hysterical.
It's so
Chuck
well
is so
done,
funny,
man.
man.
It's so. And by the way, when they do go off on these rants and these tangents that nobody else would say, 99% of the time when they go off it, what they're saying is true and what they're saying is right, and he can get away with it. It's just they're just so fucking good. I'm telling you,
we should have him on the show.
That would be nice. Yeah, I mean, Mikey, do me a favor. If you could reach out to these guys,
Chuck.
get Chuck on the horn.
Let's sell ourselves short here, gentlemen.
I mean,
I don't know. Well, Shaq, I might be able. Let me reach out.
Mikey V met Shaq.
The day Wendy's responds from their retreat is the day that I'll reach out to Shaq. I'm sorry, Mikey. I had to say the day they reach out is the day that I'll
blow.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's not Mikey's fault.
I'm not. You know what? I'm still holding out hope. You know
no,
what? Maybe
I am.
you know.
But Mikey, it's not a shot at you. I'm just saying that we that's the day that I'll call.
Well, we got
Jack
the biggie
home.
bag.
We did get the biggie bag.
We got the biggie bag.
We did get the biggie bag, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
The biggie bag will be in the studio. By the way, just
wow.
What's the ETA on completion on the studio?
The 2 days before I get back, so it'll be done on the 23rd
of May.
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
they're doing it when you're out of town.
Yeah, I left him the key outside. I trust him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a lot of trust.
Yeah,
that's a talent.
I'll tell you what's pretty nervy is I sent the golden tea to his house, and I forgot to tell him that I was. I forgot to tell him that I was sending it.
So it just showed up there?
So nervy, man. So nervy. Really,
really. What the fuck is this?
I know. And to not text him, and to be honest, I wasn't doing it to be rude. I just didn't think of it. You imagine, I mean, just a golden tea showing up to your place. You know what I mean? It's just very nervy of me. But that'll be the 23rd. Buy or sell. Mikey V.
All right, I'm selling this week. I'm selling this guy. This guy has worked some of my nerves in the last 5-6 years. I think he's gone off a different path. I think he's done some real shitty movies, and it's a shame because he's an absolute legend of an actor. He's an absolute legend, but this latest fiasco, I have to sell him. I'm sorry. Robert De Niro having a kid at 79 fucking years old, man. What the fuck are you doing, man? That poor kid, let me tell you. He's lucky if he gets fucking 10 years out of his dad. He's lucky. And that's just calling it the way it is, man. Like, let's go with the law of fucking averages. This kid is going to be behind the 8 ball. Why? Because Robert De Niro outwardly said, well, you know, these actors, they like to make sure that their legacy is spread. And that you already got fucking 6 kids, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? I just think it's so selfish at that age. And I'm not one to judge, especially if like the guy never had a kid or he's with a woman that never had a kid. But to do it at almost 80 years old, man, like what the fuck are we talking about?
Maybe it wasn't planned.
I mean, Joe, he's fucking 80, man. Like, come on, you're banging De Niro. Something's going on, you know. And he's not divulging any of this, any of the information. But for Bobby De Niro to be, it's so fucking weird. These A-list, high A-list actors and actresses, some of them are just so bizarre. Some of the things about them, like they're just so weird. Like Leo DiCaprio, I love Leo DiCaprio. I think he's one of the greatest of all times. I'm not going to get off subject. The sell is on Bobby De Niro having a kid at 79 years old. It's absurd. But like Leo with his whole thing now, it's been for years is like about nature preservation,
environmental preservation.
Like he's ultimate environmentalist, but it's just
What's wrong with that?
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it seems so bizarre to me. It's just bizarre. They're just
Maybe if more people did it, the world wouldn't be in fucking
Perhaps-
turmoil, and we
perhaps
wouldn't
it
have
wouldn't.
paper straws.
perhaps it wouldn't. Well, I'm going to tell you this: if Leo caught you with a plastic straw, he'd probably stick it right up your ass. Is what he'd do.
By the way,
He'd
Mikey,
be very upset.
we should get him on the show.
Leo,
Well,
I was
yeah,
thinking the same thing.
we should get him.
I'll
we
put
should
in the
get him
call
on.
to Marty. I'll put in the call to Marty tonight. See if he can grab me Leo for next week. But yeah, De Niro having a kid at 80 years old, bro. Like, you're not going to be able to do stuff with him like I'll be able to do with Dom. And I mean, I had Dom. I wish I had Dom. And I mean, I wasn't ready to, but I kind of envy those parents who have kids at 18, 19.
Those kids have terrible childhoods.
That's not all of them do, Joe. That's not true. Not all of them do. You're making a very broad stroke generalization.
90%.
I'm going to tell you this. It would thrill me nothing more than to be able to like guarantee almost that I could go to all my kids' high school games, college games, if he plays in college. Like that,
I hope
think
those
there's
kids like
something to
in
be said for
McDonald's,
that.
18-year-old parents. What are we talking about?
Oh, Joey D.
I mean, listen, I got no dog in
I'm
that
not
race.
wrong.
Joe's going for fucking throats. I got no dog in that race. All I'm saying is sometimes I find
18 years
to be a
old, you
little
can't even
enviable.
pay the rent. How are you going to afford
Joe,
kids?
there's fucking 12-year-olds making millions on fucking YouTube playing with fucking, toys, Nickelodeon toys on YouTube. They make millions.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
He's saying that they can't, an 18-year-old can't afford
The
to do
average
this and that.
18-year-old in America does not have a
I'm
disposable
just
income.
saying, these kids these days are
readily
making a lot of
available
money
for a
very
toddler.
young, Joe. I don't know.
You know, instead of putting your kids in karate, you're gonna take up a chess game because
I understand in medieval times how these people, they had kids at 16, 17 because they were going to be dead at like 40, right?
Yeah,
so I kind of got that. But at the same time, maybe it would be something else if
That's
I
ridiculous.
don't know. At this point in my life, Dom would be almost 20 years old. That would be wild. That would be wild, wouldn't it? If I was my age now and had a 20-year-old son, that would be fucking crazy.
That would be preposterous.
It'd be pretty cool. Bet you'd be a fan of the Brilliantly Dumb show. I can guarantee you that.
Cutsy, you're buy or sell. You could have sold 18-year-old parents is what you could have.
I don't think anybody's buying that anytime soon aside from Mikey V.
I'm not buying it. If you listen to what I said, I envy it to a degree.
He started off with some reasoning with the selling of the 80-year-old dad.
I mean, because that's absurd, Joe. You're shorting the kid of fatherhood.
Kids
at least 17. That kid's going to get a father for a long time. If the father's halfway decent, that's pretty good.
Maybe they can take SATs together.
Back to the Robert De Niro thing. As we know, I'm not the movie guy here in this chat, but it does seem like you made a good point, Mikey, is that he has done some really bad movies, no?
Bad Grandpa or whatever it is.
Yeah, the sequels to all. Now, Meet the Parents was very, very funny.
Great movie, yeah.
But then they made like 4 sequels, right? They made like all these sequels, and it was just
that's something that you should sell. The sequel. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, the sequel sucks.
It's a good sell. That's a good sell.
I couldn't believe it. It's becoming a bit now, and it amazes me that there's still fans out there. To me, it's more of a bit. I just saw that Fast and Furious is apparently.
Oh God!
You talk about a fucking movie that just needs to die.
Vin Diesel needs to wrap it up. But I can't blame him. The guy's making millions.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. That's what it's.
I went to the movies the other day, and the first 2 previews was Fast and Furious 10 and Transformers 7 or whatever the fuck it is. Who is stupid enough?
What movie did you go see?
I went to go see. What did I see? Babe, what did we see the other day? What movie?
This has to be something.
Oh, Air Jordan. Great movie.
Air. Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Great.
I heard it's really fucking good.
Great.
Man.
Go, Bob. Go. It's amazing.
I've heard it's fun. But yeah, Bob, that's like
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
I heard it's awesome. I heard it's fucking incredible.
Jason Bateman. Go.
I gotta watch it. You could probably stream that and pay for it on the television.
It's amazing, Bob. It's amazing.
You know, it's hysterical. It was either last week or maybe the week before that where Bear Down saw a movie that he loved and Cutsy said it was horrific. You guys saw it right around the same time. Was it the Elvis? Was it the Elvis movie?
Oh yeah, Elvis. Yeah,
Yeah,
great
and at the same time, you said it was great and Cutsy hated it. That's rare to where you get something like that.
I don't know. I think he watched the wrong Elvis movie, I think.
Possible.
It was not good.
Possible.
No, he watched the right one. It just wasn't good. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like
All
I couldn't follow it.
Fair enough. Okay, so Mikey V is going to go ahead and
Strokes for different folks.
You do wonder too, like some of these previews that come out, like
Oh.
you would just think you look at them and it's like that's got to be so bad. You know, it's like them. It's like people who like I always
Like Cocaine
wonder,
Bear.
You know, I always wonder like, okay, I went into a pizza shop the other day, okay, and I had the slice of pizza, and it was such a bad slice of pizza,
Which is
and
tough. That's tough to do.
Yeah, and I think to
God.
myself, don't the owners don't their family, their friends, don't they know that it's bad? And I asked my
They may
dad the
not.
other day, and he said some of them know that it's bad, but they want to get good margins on it, so they use cheap stuff and they're able to get away with it. That sometimes they do that, but you would think that they know it's bad. Similar when you're making a movie, you would think that you know that this movie stinks. You know what I mean?
I just saw the preview. They're making another Megalodon movie with what's his name? Jason Statham. They're making another one. It's incredible.
How does this pass?
Who is budgeting this? It's amazing that someone budgets it.
Well, you know what, too? With the writer's strike, there's gonna be a whole lot shittier movies coming out.
Yeah.
Good take, Joey D. It's a very good take, Joey D. All right, boys. It is. I mean, it's true. It's true.
It is.
Let's go ahead and let's dip into our top five here. Let's go ahead and let's dip into the top five. Today's top five is going to be, it's a Bob top five, and there was no really resistance in the chat from it at all. It's going to be top five rappers. That's going to be top five rappers of all time. Again, I'm always getting my balls busted for not going first, so let me go ahead and let me start out first if you boys are okay with that. Number five, okay? Might take some heat for this. I like what I like. Go ahead and give me J. Cole at number five. I think J. Cole's tremendous. And I'm putting it on there, Joe. And not only is he tremendous, when you see this guy, you talk about one of the most humble people on the planet.
Well, that's great. He's not a top five rapper of all time.
I don't know. I like him a lot. I like J. Cole a lot.
Clearly you do.
I got J. Cole at five. I think that was unnecessary, by the way.
Hey, Poochie.
Joe, it's kind of blurred out. You got.
I know. Thing. I have the blurry on it.
Blurred out.
Hold on, like Dr. Evil holds Mr. Big.
I got J. Cole at five. I know that's not going to be very popular. Clearly, number four. Give me Biggie Smalls. Give me Biggie Smalls at four. I got a feeling he will be on all of our lists. Give me Biggie Smalls at four. Number three. I take some shit for this. I like what I like. I think the guy's phenomenal. Give me Drake at three. I think Drake's tremendous. I think for our generation,
Drake has to be on Joe's list. He's fucking Canadian. He's got to be on Joe's list.
Yeah. I mean, you would think.
Wait, yeah, Joe named him top five artist of all time, didn't he?
No.
I think
on the top five artists of all time, Joe. I think you did. I think you did.
All right. I got Drake at three. I got Eminem at two. I actually was just watching 8 Mile last night. Also a great movie. He did a real good job acting in that. Some of these,
he's fantastic.
He really did. It's got to be hard to kind of play yourself, like in a movie vibe. I thought he was tremendous. And then number one, give me Jay-Z. Give me Hove at number one. I think where I might lose this list is J. Cole at five. That's okay. I think he's tremendous.
There's a couple egregious misses here, Bob. An egregious omission. I think a really obvious egregious omission here. But
Tupac.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
He's my honorable mention as tough as that is to say.
Okay.
But do you really? Do you really like
J. Cole over
stuff?
Tupac?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I don't I'd rather listen to Tupac than J. Cole, to be honest.
I think J. Cole's.
Just be honest.
all right, that's fair.
No, it's not to be offensive. I'm just.
Let's go over
he likes what he likes.
Joey D, take it away.
All right, number five. Got guy who's on Bob's list. That guy's great. There's no denying it. One of the best songs of all time and Juicy. I'm gonna put Biggie, Biggie, number 5.
I've never heard him introduced as Biggie, but it works. It works.
It does. Number 4. This is, Bob went with his guy, maybe doesn't deserve to be on the list, but he likes what he likes. I'm going to do the same, but I actually think, lyrically speaking, and just as a musician and just from a music standpoint, this guy deserves to be either on the list or an honorable mention at the very least. I'm going Kanye West at number 4.
I love that play.
And honestly, tell me a rapper who has almost as many bangers as this guy does.
No, it's awesome.
Song after, to the point when he got almost banned, like putting Instagram stories up with Kanye West songs, it slaps every time. And I couldn't do it for a while because he was, off the deep end. But that being said, it's a testament to
College Dropout is one of the greatest albums ever produced.
It was incredible.
Ever.
Oh my God, Jesus Walks. That song slaps. All right, number 3. I'm going to go with Hova. I'm going to go with Jay-Z at number 3. This guy's done it for years and years and years. And not only that, when you discover a phenom talent like Rihanna, the guy just knows what he's doing. This guy prints money. He's my number 3 slot. And number 2, I'm putting Tupac. I don't know, Bob, how you don't put this guy on the list. Oh, fair enough. But this guy... And he's a West Coast guy too, Bob. So I have mad love for this guy.
That California crowd may not.
This guy, guy was as lyrically gifted, and his raps are unbelievable. As a rapper, he's just unbelievable. He's my number 2, and number 1. I might be biased, but I just feel like this guy revolutionized and changed the whole game. I got Eminem at 1. Eminem, to me, when you listen to his music, when you hear just the shit that he was saying and how controversial he was.
Eminem's great.
And you ever listen to that song Rap God where he just fucking goes on a tear? He's unbelievable. He's got to be my number 1. And to be honest, guys, Drake is not on my list because here's the reason.
There's going to be you're going to get some big pushback.
Yeah, I get it.
Only because you named him a top 5 artist of all time.
But it's an artist. This is top 5 rappers. And I don't think to me, his R&B selection as more of an R&B artist, especially when he started out, is not his rapping that I fell in love with. It was more of him being an R&B / hip hop artist.
The pageantry.
And I can't put him up against any of those 5 that I listed and says from a rap standpoint that he'd be better than any of those guys.
Okay. I will say I think the explanation's fair. The R&B explanation, I
love his music, but this is top 5 rap.
I do think there will be a little bit of an uproar.
Oh, there's going to be.
I think that's fair. With that being said,
I'm not going to stoke that fire, though. I will not. I promise.
Yeah,
you have my word.
I was ready. By the way, I was ready to stoke that fire. The explanation does make sense.
I'm going to let it go.
Mikey V, let's pan it over to you.
Number 5, Nas. Give me Nas at number 5. Nas, tremendous rapper. 4, Eminem. I don't think you could not have Eminem, and Eminem's got to be. The only reason I don't have him higher is because the next 3 guys I think are just the icons of rap. In my opinion, they're this is the Mount Rushmore.
Jay-Z, Tupac,
Jay-Z is at 3. Jay-Z is at 3. Hov is at 3. I just like Tupac and Biggie more. I just like them more. I like their voice more. I like their lyrics more. So Tupac is at 2. And then Biggie is number 1 for me as an East Coast kid. Listening to Ready to Die, when I first heard that album, I don't think I listened to anything else. That was the one CD I had that I just, every single song, every single Machine Gun Funk, every Juicy, every single song on that. Notorious B.I.G. number 1, and then I have an honorable.
Is that because you're East Coast too?
I'm giving Biggie and Pac to me are 1A and B, but I will put Biggie above Pac because of the East Coast. I will go with.
Isn't it sad that we don't have rap artists like that anymore?
Extremely
Not to mention,
sad.
you had guys like Dr. Dre.
We got J. Cole.
Yeah, you do.
Cole.
A lot of guys missed it. You got J. Cole.
You got J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. Okay, and Mikey V, honorable
was
mention.
another great one.
Honorable mention for me. So it was difficult for me to do this list without putting the Wu-Tang Clan because we didn't say best rap groups. Because if it was best rap groups, Wu-Tang Clan is the #1 for me. So I'm going to go with a member of the Wu-Tang Clan who's my favorite. Ghostface Killah is my favorite rapper from Wu-Tang Clan. I think his style, Liquid Swords is one of my favorite albums of all time. And actually, I think that was the Jizza, not Ghostface. So, but Ghostface is my #1 Wu-Tang Clan member of all time. Ghostface Killah.
Joey D, honorable mention.
I mean, it's tough. Like I just said, there's so many guys between Snoop, Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, all these. Nas is another one. I'm going to put a guy who I just think, again, lyrically is extremely talented. Kendrick Lamar is my honorable mention. You might not like him. I watched this guy live. This guy is unbelievable. He's really fucking good.
All right. Yeah, I'm going Tupac. I don't hate the Kanye one either, though, man.
No, I like Kanye a lot.
Yeah.
Kanye was right there. Kanye was right there.
Mention, give me Kanye. Give me Kanye honorable
You're leaving
mention.
Tupac out completely?
Wow, man.
Yeah, I would give them that. I mean, look, I don't know.
Wow.
I'll tell you who's not winning this week.
Yeah,
I was around for Kanye. You know what I mean? It wasn't really. Yeah. Well,
Kanye deserves to be on the list.
So be it.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with Kanye at all. I love the Kanye play. It's just that I can't, in good faith, put Kanye over Nas, Eminem, Jay-Z, Tupac, or Biggie.
You could put him over Nas.
Maybe Nas. Maybe. It's right there. It's right there.
Fellas, damn good podcast. Damn good top 5 there. We're on the move, boys. We are on the move right now. If you could please, we're trying to get Charles Barkley on the podcast. 5 stars. Comment. Keep the boys moving. We want Joey D.
Sorry to interrupt, and I know you had a movement. We should get everybody who listens to the podcast on the next post to tag Charles Barkley. Create a little movement.
That would definitely seal the deal. How could it not?
Yeah. Expect Charles Barkley on the show next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it. Another edition of the Brilliant Dumb Show. I love you, boys. I appreciate you, boys. We will see you next week.